Hello there, and welcome back to my newest experiment thing here in Minecraft. I've built a huge contraption thing inside this that will hopefully do something for me this time. I have tried recording this several times, but there has been problems. First there was something I had forgotten, and then just before this an Enderman had stolen a block containing redstone inside this thing, so I couldn't do anything. But hopefully that is over with now. It would have been more stable if I had filled it properly in, which I didn't. Not at this time at least. But the story behind how I got this idea was that it wasn't me that got it. I was watching a little Asgard Adventures, or I have been watching that for a while, and I remembered something from when ZirCreepsAlot was in there with the Nova and Kutra. And then they had talked about a project he had done, apparently. And I wanted to see if I was able to do something similar. So let's just quickly activate and deactivate this and see if it works this time. Have you stolen any more blocks, Enderman? No, you haven't. Hopefully. Okay. Everything seems to be building correctly. What? There was a little chunk error thing there. But this is what I have spent the last 3 hours or something on making. Why is it not going higher? Is this the height limit in super flat worlds? I need to try to build on top of it. Oh, I can build on it. So what has happened? Well, anyways, this is enough for a big house, so I won't complain. Let's make it daytime. Like that, and now the skeletons and zombies are burning. But why is it not going higher? I really want to know that. Well, I was... Okay, I think I know what the problem may be. I'm guessing that the loop here got stuck or something. I guess I will just go and do what I had planned next. That is to exit this world and enter the other one. And this is the contraption without anything above it. And this rain is annoying. There we go, now that should be disappearing. So here is basically what I have done. This here is a cobblestone generator in a ring. So that will continuously produce cobblestone, and under the cobblestone I have put pistons facing upward. So when these redstone things on each side are activated, I had to put them on each side in order to get room for these little things here. I could probably have done it in another way, but this is what I got stuck with. And this here is a little loop of 3 repeaters. I had hoped that would be enough to keep a big enough time gap in between. But that may be what was the problem. And that problem with the Enderman was that he had stolen this block here. So there was nothing connecting this to this, and therefore this didn't get any power. But now that I have this thing ready here, I guess I will just be showing it without anything to cover it up. So there I activated the loop of on and off power, and it is building. And I want to see why it stopped and if it does the same here. It doesn't show any signs yet, at least. So you can hear cobblestone being generated. You can see the pistons in the water, and they are being pushed up here. And as soon as the piston goes down, a new cobblestone is generated, and this stopped again. It's still going on. What is happening here? I can see you moving. You aren't even supposed to be here. But why are none of the others moving? They are receiving power, so they should be moving. But I guess maybe they can't move because of how much is on top of them. That makes for a well-sized house. So if I were to, for example, do something like this as a little test. Some TNT. I'll just get rid of all of these things. And some flint and steel. Place the TNT first, maybe. Light it. And let's see if it fixes itself. Indeed it does. So then I'm guessing that the problem here was weight. But that's not really a problem, as it would have been far too tall if it didn't stop before the limit, which I believe is 128 blocks above the lowest point in the ground, which is just down here in a super flat world. There we go, I fell out of the world. Maybe I should cover that up with some bedrock. Okay, so it's here somewhere. Here. And maybe even some dirt. There we go. So that was a self-building house. I liked making it. So I guess that may be it for this little thing here. This is actually pretty good that it stopped, because I had no idea how I would go about stopping it myself. And it would just be annoying if it had gone on a continuous loop. That wouldn't have been too interesting if it had just kept building until the limit. Or I do have an idea on how to stop it, but not how to start it again. If I, for example, do this, it would stop, because then the power would always be on and the pistons wouldn't go down, and therefore the building would stop. I could have done this a little better by covering up everything around it with dirt, for example, so that no, for example, Endermen were able to come in here and steal the blocks. I may be doing that later with this one or something. But for now I will just stop this completely, get the power off. To do that I need to remove some redstone. Then I can put it back. And this whole thing was created without the use of any mods, so it was pretty boring making this shell around it without the wand tool that you can get in single player commands. And when I messed up and I had to remove all of this by hand from top to bottom, that wasn't the most fun I've ever had. But it served towards the greater good. And this is the place where I messed up the first time, actually. I had completely forgotten this row here. I didn't notice that didn't get any power, so I had to tweak it a little bit. But I couldn't really do that everywhere, because I need to have repeaters with a set number of intervals of blocks. A redstone charge can only hold for up to 15 blocks, and if you place a repeater down and let it flow through that, the charge is reinstated. So that's why I had to put these here, and couldn't do something like this throughout the whole thing. So for the inside of it, I had to just dig a hole. Where did I dig it? Was it here? I think it was. Yes, that was here. So I did a little something strange here, dug down, walked through this, and got up here. And then I filled up on alternating spaces here. I don't think that this would be able to get this corner one up. At least not with my design on it. Other people who have made things like this may have a different one, but I do not. So it won't work for me. But that was the self-building house. I want to try to somehow create a roof for it. That would be a nice challenge. But I have an idea on how I could actually pull off. But I will see about that later. For now at least I have achieved something, and I will jump in lava. Oh, before I jump properly into the lava, I have to do a little something. So make sure he stays here, above the lava. So he shouldn't hit any walls on the way down. This should be high enough. So that will be game mode 0, I believe. Indeed it will. Yay! What? I was doomed to fall? Yeah. I have not seen that message before. Well, and I have a score of 1. I have no idea how you gain score in this game. So how do I have 1? Is it because I built a self-building house? Maybe it is. But anyways, that will be the end of this. So bye!